Alright, it's Maverick time. It's time to cast some Knight of the Reliquaries and like Mana Dorks and play fair in the Legacy format. This is the list that won, actually, the latest Legacy playoffs. It had a very, very light splash, and I thought it was pretty neat. We're playing a Prelate in the main deck, and we're playing both Pride Mage and Knight of Autumn. From my usual list, what we're missing is the Sword of Light and Shadow, which is the white and black, the one that protection from white and black, and we're missing Raminap Excavator in order to make room for these two. Sorry. And then we're playing 23 lands and a 5th mana dork, a 5th mana creature. I imagine this is a little bit in order to help with the sideboard Black Splash, which we will talk about in a second. But I'm not so sure how much I love this. I know that this deck is much stronger when you are able to like turn to play a dude and interact, or turn to like play like a mom and a 2-drop, or even just turn to Knight of the Reliquary, of course. So there's a lot of potential there, and the 5th mana creature helps that. However, I am slightly worried about running out of gas, basically. So we'll see how that plays out. This is not at all uncommon to play the 5th mana creature. But it's something that I'm personally not very used to. So we'll see how it plays out, and yeah, I'm excited to try this version out. So what we have in the sideboard is a Black Splash, which is actually very light, and it's basically for Plague Engineer and Change of Mephistopheles. There's also Fairy Macabre, which is kind of hilarious, that we could hardcast if we wanted to, but I imagine this is mostly as a sideboard hate consideration. We could be playing Surgicals here. I am not entirely sure why we're playing these over Surgical. Like, maybe because we want to Chalice in the matchups where we want. It's just like Surgical seems so much better. I guess the Fairy plays around like Chancellor Trigger or something like that. I don't know. As usual, when I play somebody else's list, I like to play like a full league with at least one league with the full 75 to see how it plays out, and then take it from there. It's interesting though. We'll see how it goes. Plague Engineer, on the other hand, it's a sweet card. I think this card is very powerful, and it will become a legacy staple. It kills, well, against Destined Access is just brutal. Like playing this on human just kills a lot of their stuff. It also kills Flicker Wisp. Against like Young Pyromancer, it kills the Young PC and Delver because they're both humans. Or you can name Elemental if your opponent is going wide, and you can kill other elementals. It kills True Name Nemesis, of course, naming Merfolk. It slows down the Arcanist, which is like the new hotness right now in the legacy format. Arcanist, which is this guy. It's a zombie wizard, but it doesn't like actually kill the card. But what it does is it gives it 0 power, so your opponent can't start flashing back spells for free. So it's a way of answering it, but not the most. Not the best nor the most efficient, but it is like a last resort way of answering that. So this card, I think it's very good, and it's going to see legacy play for sure from now on. And then we have one of the weirdest cards ever. If a player would draw a card except the first one that they draw in their draw step each turn, that player discards a card instead. So that is like the gist of it. So basically, if your opponent brainstorms, for example, instead of drawing a card, they need to discard a card and then they draw. So it's like, because they need to like then put the cards back, it basically blanks brainstorm. It's super weird how this works. It's good against Jason Brainstorm. Just trust me there. I'm honestly not 100% sure of how this card works either. We're gonna see it in action today. So we only have access to one Council's Judgment, which makes sense since in the white version this is mostly an answer to True Name, and Plague Engineer is now an option in order to answer True Name, so that makes sense. We have a second Sanctum Prelate and a second Gadok Teague. This I imagine is mostly against combo decks and stuff. Sanctum Prelate is also pretty good against Miracles because you can put it on 6 and then your opponent can't Terminus you, which is real nice. And a one of Collector, oof. This is one that we can scene it for, and it blanks artifacts. I'm not sure how good this one's gonna be. We will see, but I'm not entirely sold on this, especially because it blanks our own equipment. So like, of course, it's gonna be like incredible against like Steel Stompy or something like that, but you know, I am not sure there's that many decks in Legacy where this is just like game winning. And then this card that I've been waiting to try for a while. I think this card could be very, very sweet. We're gonna see how it plays out again. But I think it has potential to be very, very powerful in the Maverick shell. So I'm excited to try it out, and I really like the alternate art. So I chose to pay like 10 times the price of the card or something. It was still like 150 or something. It was not that expensive, but still. I thought it was worth it. All right, let's go. Yeah, nothing else worth talking about from the sideboard. I mean, it's pretty straightforward what Arcanist is for. It's pretty straightforward what Choke is for. And I guess the only one worth mentioning would be Chalice, which, you know, it's mostly for combo decks and stuff. The only thing I'm worried a little bit about with this list is just we are like really short on Graveyard Hate. And well, we all know how popular Reanimator is in the Legacy queues. Hopefully, we don't get paired against a bunch of Reanimator decks, but it is a possibility. Man, this hard is very awkward. If this were any of our like Savannah, I think I would snap keep it. Assis, I think I'm gonna keep it anyway. It's kind of a weird hand. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it works out. Opponent making decisions, maybe. And we are for sure going to get Dread right now. I was playing Death and Taxes, that's why I haven't stopped in the upkeep. Okay, that's fine. So we'll simply scene it for a Hierarch and set up for next turn. They can daze us, but that is probably fine. Got a Ponder. Are you drinking Sherbet Mate? Yes, indeed. P1 Gingy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yes, Obi-Wan, I am drinking mate indeed. This is very much a mate stream. That sucks. I mean, I knew this could happen. Another days? I mean, this is fine with me. Like, the more that my opponent delays their own game plan, the more time that it gives me to draw into a black source. I imagine this is going to be an angler. No angler. Interesting. Yeah, this is kind of brutal. We have 5 uncastable cards in hand. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Now you can see how bad my hand is. Probably gonna take a knight here. Yep. Oh, wasteland, sure. Alright, I'm gonna waste you. I mean, what am I doing otherwise, right? So... Oh my god, this is brutal. This really is brutal. I guess my opponent isn't... Are they playing Delver or are they playing some control deck? Because they have basic island. Bug. Yeah. Yeah, this is just no good. This is no bueno. If my opponent has like absolutely nothing in hand, we might be able to raise this if we... Wow, that's 8 turns. And we drew all of our green lands. The 2 wastelands left are literally our only... There's only 2 wastelands left, and that is all of our colorless sources. All of our non-white sources, that's what I mean. I guess I was wrong. That's right. Oh, this is too funny. This is too funny. These and Baleful Strix in the same deck. Alright, opponent. Let's draw Wasteland just to make it... Oof, sure. This game has been really, really funny. Turn 11. We are at turn 11. Alright, my opponent has a turn clock, which I cannot stop, so that's the end of the road for us. Alright, we definitely want Engineer, we definitely want this, we definitely want Choke and Vivian. Vivian might actually be nuts here, actually. We can side out one Zenith, probably side out Gadaktig. Maybe I can shave one Swords. Jita seems fine, a Sophie seems excellent. Maybe I take out the Knight of Autumn, but leaving the Pride Mage just in case. Prelate seems not great. I could Prelate on one though. Nah, but they must have like decays and stuff like that, so I don't think I'm into it. I'm not so sure about the chain. Like my opponent's playing Daze, so I assume that they're not playing Jace, the Mind Sculptor. I don't know though. Feel like I definitely want Stone Forges. Definitely want Scrib Ranger. I guess I can take out another Noble Hierarch. Maybe Mommy is better to cut. Reasonable hand? Crazy. Crazy. I think I'm gonna try to go for the turn 2 Thalia. Ooh, opponent moves to 4. I guess I'm gonna get Scrubland here. Force the ace out of their hand here. And this is actually pretty good because... Oh, they're gonna brainstorm first. Okay. This puts them a turn behind when they are already on a multi-4, so... And then even if they daze it here, I'm perfectly okay with it because I'm gonna be able to slam Thalia next turn anyway. Ooh, they force? Ooh, that's so good for us. On a multi-4 and they force my Thalia when I have a second one waiting here. Yeah, this is extremely good for us. I'm not gonna care so much about these tricks yet. I'm gonna answer it later. Ooh, that's really good. Okay, so we're gonna do Thalia first, and then play Mom. Nice. Whoo! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, redundant engineer. Sick. So we're gonna do black, one, and this. Played engineered on Merfolk. Bye bye true name. And I think we're easily winning this race. Definitely like my spot. Definitely like my spot a lot. Also, what kind of thing is a carrier? Sick. I think I am going to play the library though. It plays around days, or it forces another force, and it also puts me ahead. And I can always choke next turn. Also, my opponent is not even tapped out, so choke is not really that effective yet. Pro black. I don't understand what that achieved. Maybe that's just my opponent giving up. Script Ranger. I think I'm just gonna choke him here. I do think that I want to draw though, and they should. My opponent will probably concede to that. There's no need to play into doing. There's no need for me to do stupid things. All right, cool. So opponent is again on bug control with Dazes, which is wild. I think I still want like a couple of Swords to Plowshares. I don't know whether they're playing Goyfs or Gourmag Anglers. I don't think I care about the Goyf that much though. Maybe on the draw it's better for me to have access to all my hierarchs to get ahead on mana. Immediately rewarded. Sweet. They are playing Delver. Very interesting. This is actually a very interesting turn. Let's say that my opponent has... Worst case scenario for me would be Vase into Wasteland. The way for me to play around that is to go fetch a basic forest and play Noble Hierarch. Or I guess I don't want the green source, so it's better for me to play the Zenith here, because if it resolves and my opponent wants to kill the Dried Arbor, that's of course, Dried Arbor is of course way worse than Noble Hierarch, and that's so aggressive. I don't like that at all. And if they... Yeah, I think this turn I'm just going to like source this and like play my Hierarch. If they don't answer the Dried Arbor, if they answer the Dried Arbor, which I assume is what's going to happen. Ooh, they got a fell. Okay, that is kind of annoying, because now they get my swords. Yep. If they get my swords, I mean that they're not getting my GT though. And that also means that my Dried Arbor is not being answered. They take the library. Wow, that was unexpected. I guess my opponent expects the match to go long. Gonna fetch a basic planes here. Gonna do this. Stop my opponent's clock. And attack for 2. Casualties or Deluge would be pretty brutal here. So I think I'm not gonna play my mom into Deluge or... Okay, so I guess they don't have it. Cool. That's also cool. Play mom. And I don't mind showing my hand. They can daze this if they want, but I guess they don't. Ooh, I did not expect that one for sure. Not a bad one. I wonder if they're playing Snapcaster. There's no way they're playing Snapcaster. Strix. That's pretty good for them. They discard the card. I'm gonna get the sword here, and I'm not going to attack. This is kind of brutal, but it forces my opponent to... They did have it. Nice. Not fetching because I have Tireless Tracker in my deck. Okay. How is he doing, James Pakapan? Doing all right? Sweet. We're playing some Legacy today to change things up a little bit. Each player sacrifices a creature. I guess I'm gonna suck them up. The good thing is that future Baleful Strix are kind of blanked by this GT. There's nothing they can flashback, so I'm just gonna fetch for Bayou. And we're gonna eat the Strix. Sick draw. That's so freaking good. Alright, so we're gonna start with the attack first. They're gonna kill this goose somehow. Not sure how yet. They let the Liana go. Okay. Boom. BVN. You got something from this one? You probably want to answer this one. Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. And they are playing Snapcaster. Very good to know. They don't have anything that I mind them flashing back, so we're fine. Just don't draw another Liliana. Ugh, that's pretty gross. So they are playing Snapcasters, so I guess I want to stop them from pushing my stuff. Gonna hold this one in hand for Tireless Tracker. Or Zenith, we can also Zenith for Tracker. Yeah, they can play True Name. True Name would be kind of insane here, actually. They chose to shuffle, though. Okay, so they are not... Yes! And I think I'm gonna play into Days... because I need to, like, draw a card here. Sweet. That's exactly what I needed. And I'm very glad that I held that land. My opponent can answer this here, that's fine. I still have a card from my trouble. And Strix is fine, I have the GT to answer it. And this game has been pretty sick. My opponent has been drawing pretty well. So have I, though, so... Let's see if they can answer this one. Sweet. Choke is such a silly card. Choke is such a dumb and silly card. That's not a great draw, though. That is a fine draw. I guess I'll pass the turn. And next turn I can EOT Scrib Ranger. Golgari Charm, destroy target enchantment. Okay, that one's pretty good. Not gonna lie. My opponent has been drawing the perfects, like the literal perfects. Every single turn they have drawn the perfect card. Now they naturally top deck into Snapcaster. Wow. Every single turn has been the perfect draw for them. And they didn't shuffle. Strix. Very glad that I did not... Yeah, I did not use this. I guess it doesn't really matter. Now we equip here. Pro Blue. Coming in handy. Green, white. Got a 7/7 Knight. And now what? Liliana? Really? Wow. That is so freaking insane. Oh my. Trex1490, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold for the second month in a row. Wow, this one is a real close one. I think that I'm gonna let the Scrib Ranger go because I have an answer to both of my opponent's dudes there. And the Knight is, of course, massive. That's not a bad one. Equip here. -1. -1. And I think we're just gonna go face. Sure, let's 10 them. Even if they draw, like, I don't, now at this point I think we got it locked up. Because if they draw True Name, I can just grieve the Knight Pro Blue and attack through, so I don't care. Yeah, so now my opponent's actually dead. They can plus Liliana, but it doesn't matter. So I just give my Knight Pro Blue and let's rub it in. Let's rub it in for value. Merfolk. Nice. Solid start to the stream. That's how I like to begin the stream. Strong victory against Delver. Super interesting match. Lots of decisions. Interactive magic. That's what this deck guarantees. Interactive magic. That Vivian forcing my opponent to force with the Snapcaster was so huge. If my opponent had had access to one extra Snapcaster Mage, I think we would have died. But they were forced into countering the Vivian. So yeah, I liked it. Cool game. Cool game. Cool match. Alright, let's bring another one. Let's not get paired against some dumb deck. No black-red. This deck seems very poorly positioned against black-red Reanimator. I guess we have the Chalices, the 2 Fairy Macabres, which is very little. The 1 Chains, which stops Grixis from going off. And that's it. Like, we can like prelate on 1, maybe. Yeah, it's a little bit it's a little bit soft to Reanimator. Usually in my regular lists I'm playing this is the one. In my regular list I'm playing like 2 Crypt, 2 Chalice, and 2 Surgical. So I have like a very varied in like that's at least 6 to 8 cards coming in against black red, so it's a solid amount of cards against black red, but this list, it's not messing with that. Also, no Palace Jailer, which is interesting. That card has been the nuts in my experience. Especially against something like Miracles. Palace Jailer does so much work. But hey, again, first league, I don't want to make any changes. Just gonna go with the list as is and we'll take it from there. Alright, come on people. People are afraid. They know the power of the fair decks. This is a long wait. Like earlier today, I've been like excited about trying out Vintage, and the latest challenge was won by this list, which I thought was pretty sweet. And then I joined the league, and I spent literally 12 minutes waiting for my first match. And I'm like, what why? It made me quite sad. This is a Snapkeep. This hand is a thing of beauty. Depending on my opponent's going first, so depending on what they do, I'm definitely leading an over Hierarch. But what might change is whether I fetch for a basic forest or a Savannah. It's either or. There are some decks that this hand cannot beat though, so that's good to be aware of, namely Elves. But this hand is quite solid against most of the Legacy format. So this could be Storm. Yeah, I am going to risk it. If my opponent has like push into Wasteland, I kind of lose the game. But if they don't, we're gonna be in a fine spot. And if this is Storm, if my opponent doesn't kill me this turn, then we will win because we just play Gaddock Teague and they can't win anymore. It is Storm. And we're probably just dead. Yep. I punted by being on the draw. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Uh-oh. I guess that we're fine then. Sweet. Teague. Let's play Mom, sure. I guess the correct play would have been to like play Teague and Wasteland them. Yeah, that is definitely a better play. That is a significantly better play actually. Yeah, I should have done that. I still think they have literally 0 answers to Teague in the main deck, so I'm going to assume that this is GG's. I could be wrong and I could be heavily punished here. By the way, this is not a play that I would make in post-board games because Ant actually plays Massacre in the sideboard, so in post-board games, I guess that Teague answers Massacre, so never mind. Like, I wouldn't play the Thalia though, because Massacre just it's an insane blowout. In fact, when I play against Ant in post-board games, I always do my best. Not to play planes. So at least I force them to use actual mana on casting Massacre. I think this is just my opponent tutoring to like see whether they have any ways to win. Because I'm pretty sure they don't. All right. I think they did the math wrong. Yep, they definitely did the math wrong. All right, we want this, we want this, we want this. We want engineers, we want Teague, we want chalices, and we probably want chokes. Out with the Stoneforge package. Yeah, but man, we were playing some Legacy today. Out with the Swords to Plowshares, out with the Tireless Tracker. And Knight of Autumn is always an interesting card because Thalia forces them into, playing out their stuff. And then we can like Knight of Autumn and destroy their LEDs and whatnot. So I think this is what I would do. This is kind of nice actually. Just basically a no bullshit approach, like super clean. Every card in my deck does something to stop them. Ooh, Collector Oof seems insane against them, actually. I almost missed that. I'm not used to playing with this card. Yeah, I definitely want to be playing Collector Oof. Yeah, alright. This looks good. I could... Nah, this is fine. Sometimes they also play Dread of Night with Night of Autumn answers cleanly. Yeah. I think I like this, right? So turn 1, birds. Turn 2, play mom, cradle, play oof, or play chains. Okay. Can work with this. I think I would play oof before I play chains. I guess this is gonna make my choice very straightforward because I'm only gonna have one. Okay, so I guess the oof would have been better, so I was in the correct. I was thinking correctly. I'm playing out the birds so I can double spell next turn. This is gonna be my black source, right? And I know that I just said that I would like to not play any. Ooh, wow, they were relying on Lotus Petals. Yeah, so I guess oof would have been insane there. I don't want to play a second mom into a potential wrath. Also, I don't think I would be able to. But I still don't think I want to do that. And I'd rather not play this plains out, because this one I can just wasteland myself. This one I literally have no way of destroying. So I'm going to try to hold on to these basic plains for as long as I can. Okay. That's very good for me. Come on. I need to draw real cards here. I definitely need to draw some real cards here. So they have 2 petals and 2 unknowns. That is nice. We're gonna play these on. We're gonna play this on 0, I think. So we can play it on 0. We can play it on 1. That would answer all of my opponents. We can play it on 2. I think 2 might be the best option, but the issue with playing it on 2 is that they are. Then I am actually blanking some of my draw steps. Like if I draw Thalia, if I draw Scavenging Ooze, Teague, all of those draw steps which would otherwise be very good will be blanked by the Chalice. So I think I'm gonna play it on 1. Oh man, this one is hard. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna play it on 1. This answers Chain of Chain of Vapor. And other stuff like that. And I mean, this is what I got. I gotta clock them somehow. One thing that I want to point out is that the mana in this version has not been clean. Like, I have had, I want to say, like, multiple mana issues so far. I guess I should have done it on 0, huh? Or 2 for that matter. Yeah, I think I might just lose if they have Adnos here. Empty. Oh, that's fine, I think. So I guess playing this on 0 or 2 would have not changed anything. I guess it would have stopped. No, it wouldn't. It would have been the same. Alright, that's actually not terrible. And we... Trackers in the sideboard. Yeah, so here at least we can... We're gonna block 1, 2, give itself pro red. I think that they get there anyway. Pro red. It would be nice to draw the guy, the brutal. That one is brutal. All right, pass the turn. Plague Engineer. That's what I was thinking of. What's up, Romario? How you doing? We're playing some Legacy today. I haven't streamed Legacy in a minute. And I haven't drunk mate on stream in a minute also. Probably maybe even in 2 minutes. I have not drunk mate. But yeah, this is my first Legacy stream in the new place. My opponent doing the math to see whether they have enough mana. I'm still not chomping with the bird because it doesn't really achieve anything. And this is my black source in case I draw a Plague Engineer. So next turn I'm gonna take 4. Please don't have anything else. Yep, I'm okay with that. In fact, it would have been much better for me if that had resolved, right? Because they would take 2 for no reason. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, their mana is mostly Lotus Petals. So I can take 4 this turn, and then 1 the following turn. So I have 2 more draw steps. Theoretically. Take 4 down to 2. Next turn, my opponent will have 4 dudes, and I can block 3. So I go down to 1. Block and block. Give itself pro red. Down to 2. So now at this point I'm just dead to like a tendrils off the top. It is what it is. It will be nice to draw Gadok Teague. Arguably the best deck in Legacy. You're talking about Maverick? Because if you're talking about Maverick, I'm inclined to agree with you. I think Maverick is insane. In fact, I think Maverick has been very, very good for a really long time. And people have been sleeping on it more than it's reasonable. It sucks that if we draw Plague Engineer now, we're forced into chomp in here, so we're not gonna be able to cast it. All right, they draw the like my opponent insists. Chalice trigger. I initiate my Chalice trigger. Do you like this black splash? I am not sure yet, Romario. This is my second match with it. Nice. So I think this is going to be... This is going to be Zenith for Teague. I'm going over here to see whether there's anything else I might be interested in, but I think that Teague is just better than all the other options. I could Zenith for Scoos in order to get out of range. It's just Zenith fatigue. I am just trying to justify something that it's not a thing. Gadok Teague in the house. So this is a nice trick. It gives Thalia vigilance, basically. And the good thing is that because of the first strike, if my opponent does like quadruple block or something, I can deal the damage, resolve first strike damage, kill 2 of my opponent gobos, and then kill 2 of my opponent goblins, and then bounce a Thalia and then replay it. So it's basically the lock right here. Yeah. Alright. Caracas this back. Replay it. Pass the turn. I love how we have drawn every single one of our non-black sources. It's kind of funny. I'm definitely never tapping this Mom, by the way. I'm gonna make the same play. So we tap mana, bounce this, play Choke, play Thalia, pass the turn. Hashtag sequencing. So what would they need in order to win here? I guess they would need multiple removal spells. So here I can enable my Zenith by bouncing the Teague. Is that something that I'm interested in? I kind of am, and I can go get. I have 2 options. I can go get Scrib Ranger. Scrib Ranger basically means that I am going to have like a bunch of Mom activations every turn, which means that my opponent basically cannot answer my dudes. Or I can try to go for broke and get Knight of the Reliquary to set up lethal for next turn. I think I'm going to go for Scrib Ranger though. Seen it for 2. T. So now we have access to double Mom activation every turn, which is kind of nice. We can even untap the Thalia here for value. Tight place, tight place. Man, Scrib Ranger's so sweet. Of note that my opponent's massacres are locked up by Gadok Teague, so no need to worry about those. And my opponent will need to have a triple removal spell and go off in the same turn. That is my opponent's out. Okay. They just send their gobos to their demise. I think I chomp with the bird there. I don't want to double activate because that means that my opponent needs one less removal spell, and I don't want to enable. I don't want to enable that for them. And yes, the bird was kind of nice to have access to because it was my only source of black mana, but now my opponent basically kind of put themselves dead on board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have exactly lethal. With 1 barrier of protection, that is. So I think we're in a good spot. Especially considering that I have a chalice in play. You got a Cabal Ritual. I mean, that is scary. Decay. Tap this one. Yep. Sweet. I really thought we were really dead on those early turns, and then we were not, and we won. Easy. Easy. All you have to do to beat Storm is not be dead, and then you're fine. It's pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. In that sense, it's nice that Storm decks have started playing Massacre instead of the other card, Dread of Night, because if they had access to Dread of Night there, I would have been in a lot of trouble. I could have answered the Mom and the Thalia, and then by answering the Mom, then it's very easy for them to answer the Teague, and they can actually win. But the Storm lists have been playing Massacre instead, which Teague just shuts it off. That's it, you know. So yeah, it's cool stuff. Nice start to the stream. Nice and clean 2-0 against both Bug Delver, a very weird list. But it was pretty sweet. They were playing Delvers, Baleful Strix, Trunem Nemesis, and Lilianas, which felt like a bit much, but you do what you do. I really like this hand. We got turn 2 Bird into turn 2. We can do Ranger into Skoos, or we can do Mom into Skoos. Or we can do Knight. I guess depends on what my opponent's playing. Ancient Tomb. Spyglass. Okay. Probably gonna name Knight. I'm going to imagine this is some kind of... what's up, Felix? How you doing? I'm going to imagine this is some kind of... post deck, because I don't think, yeah, they name Knight. I don't think that like a Stompy deck would go turn one Spyglass. Yeah, so because of that, I'm going to play the Skoos here because it clocks my opponent faster than the Square Ranger. And I want to be able to clock whichever Planeswalker my opponent plays here. Or a Thought-Knot Seer. That's also an option. Probably going to take the Knight anyway, even though they just named it. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Ooh, that is pretty freaking good. So we're going to do Scrive Ranger. We can't attack this turn, which sucks. I am definitely playing out the GT in order to protect it from... from another Thought Knot. But I can... What can I do here? I guess I can attack with the Scoos. That's not bad. Yeah, sure. I'm basically trading Scoos for the Thought Knot, which is a fine trade for me. Bing. We draw a card. It's not a good card, but it's fine. And as long as my opponent doesn't play like a Walking Ballista or something, we should be fine. Oh, wow. Wow. Blast Zone is... It's kind of pretty good here. They're probably going to take it up to 2. Yeah, the Collector Roof is going to do work in this matchup. Alright, I'm kind of scared now. I feel like we're going to get Ugined. Maybe not this turn, but next turn. Okay. Another Voltaic Key, okay. That's a lot of mana. Trinisphere. Sure, I don't think we care about that one that much. I needed to draw something good there. I think I want to have access to another body in play. Equip here. Swing. And they're gonna kill the GT and the Script Ranger, so I'd rather... I should have dealt 2 extra damage. That was a mistake. Because now they're gonna blow this up, so I definitely would have wanted to deal the damage before doing anything else. That was actually a mistake. Oh, you know the Lexi playoff winner? Yeah, this list has been kind of sweet. I've been mostly liking Plague Engineer a lot, basically. Alright, so we're gonna gain 2. Not that it's gonna be particularly relevant. My opponent should be at 10, and I should be at 24 instead of 26. That was my bad. At least they kill their own monolith. Zenith for Tracker? Of note, I can now activate my Knights. I think I'm gonna Zenith for Tracker though. Though I guess Knight really messes up with their... Ooh, Teague is kind of nice here, actually. Wow, this one is hard. What do we think? Teague to stop a potential Planeswalker coming down. Although my opponent did show me Thought Knot Seers. Knight in order to start Wastelanding them, or Tireless Tracker in order to start drawing cards. Teague? The thing is that they showed me Thought Knot, so I don't think they are on the... First of all, they only have 4 mana now, because they destroyed their monolith. So they only have access to 4 mana. And second of all, they showed me Thought Knot, so I don't think they are on the Planeswalker version, I think they are on the Eldrazi version. And if that's the case, Gadok Teague only stops... all this dust. I think I'm gonna go for Tracker. Yeah, I think that the choice is actually between a Tracker and Knight. Okay, let's do Tracker. I love me some Tracker. We played a land and we're not gonna be able to cast anything, so I am not going to crack. I'm gonna crack this clue end of turn basically, and we're definitely swinging with the mom. That's 2 free damage. I mean, this is a clock. Like, this Ancient Tomb has been dealing them damage. Spyglass resolves. This Trini Sphere is actually really hurting them. That's hilarious. Alright, Judgment, for sure. Oof, yes please. I probably want VVN as well. And I'm not sure about Gadactic. Maybe we want it. The thing is that blanking our Greensun Zenith, it's kind of relevant, honestly. We can prelate for 7 to stop all this dust. I mean, the thing is that we have 4 moms that are 1/1s for 1, so we have a lot of cards that we want to take out. So I think I'd rather have a Canonist. Well, actually, the 2/2 Death Toucher is going to be relevant, so let's go for that instead. Oof, Scoos. I feel like I do want to have access to at least 1 Gadactic, though. All my cards are very good. Such a great problem to have. I guess we're gonna. Oh yeah, Thalia is actually pretty bad. I think I want Teague, 2nd Teague before 3rd Thalia. Alright. Prelate for 2 on the removal. Well, the removal is a land, so. Oof. I guess I'm gonna keep this, and I really wanna draw land. I still really wanna draw land. We already lost a game where we spent 11 turns without ever seeing a white source, which was pretty brutal. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if we draw a Tracker, we can play it out, which is nice. That's a Thought Knot, which is kind of okay for us here. Just get Knight going. I suspect that my opponent is going to have access to Sorcerer Spyglass, but we already have the answer in the form of Kesali Pride Mage for next turn, so if my opponent plays Spyglass here, then that's probably fine, and I can start wastelanding them. Basalt Monolith. Thran Dynamo, okay. It's a lot of mana. And they do nothing. So I think I'm going to play out the other Knight and then Zenith for the oof. I'm definitely playing out the 2nd Knight because it's kind of free. And we have 2 options. We can go after their mana, because if we go get the oof, my opponent will only have access to 2, 4, 6 mana, because these two will be blanked. Because if they are going for Ulamog as their payoff, then we're kind of screwed, even if we get Teak. So I think I'm gonna go for the oof, and I'm gonna go for the mana denial plan. And I think I'm gonna get the Dry Diver here. Don't Ulamog me, bro. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so they can't Ulamog me. Nice. Oof, doing serious work here. Oof, doing serious work. That is nice. Wow. Wow. Oof. Wow. That's so sick. That is so sweet. Alright, so we're going to do this first. And then, what can I do here? Can I set up lethal for next? I'm definitely going to wasteland them. I cannot double wasteland them, but I can set up lethal over the next few turns, over the next 2 turns, which I think it's gonna be the play. So I swing for 6. Yeah, that's gonna be it. All right, Technomage, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Wasteland you. Take 6 down to 8, and now my opponent will need to basically play 2 chump blockers. I guess the route is to dismember the youth and then have exactly Ulamog. What we got there? Wow. That was cool. That was a very strong showing. That was a very strong showing for the UF. Yeah, Alit. Yeah, I was afraid of the Nulamog, how people call it, which is the 10/10 that comes into play and exiles 2 permanents. I'm telling you, this deck is amazing. This deck is very, very good. If only Cradle weren't like $1 million in paper, I would definitely build this deck. I'm very close to building the straight green-white version. Is this hand good enough? This is a hand that has a lot of potential. I think I'm gonna keep it, but we might die without ever doing anything. I just want to say that out loud because it's kind of likely to happen. But if we draw anything good though, like a Knight of the Reliquary or something like that, then we're off to the races. Another Ancient Tomb deck. Very interesting. I definitely want to play Scrave Ranger this turn because it's a way for me to get through with the sword there. If they have Thought Knot here, they don't have Thought Knot. One, two, three. do here? If they have Dismember, I get super blown out here. Last time I played Maverick Savannas were $50. Oh, those were the times, huh? What's up, Scott? Yeah, the oof was very impressive that game for sure. I wonder if this is an Eldrazi post or 1, 2, 3. I guess I'm just gonna like play my stuff. Get a black source. Yes. This gives me more options for next turn. Whoa. Well, I can certainly say that I was not playing around this. I guess that giving my dude Pro Red would have been the correct play, right? Oh, never mind. Okay, so my opponent, yeah, we're dead. Any recommendation on what to replace chains in the sideboard paper considerations? I don't know, honestly. This is I want to point out this is my first time playing this deck. But I think that what chains does is it prevents opponents from like the idea is to bring this in against control decks. So if I were to replace this, what would I do? I think I would play something like maybe another choke, maybe Thoughtseize is a consideration, for example. Thoughtseize is also good in the kind of matchups that this is good in a different way, but you know, also both cards are good in the same kind of matchups. I don't like Spirit of the Labyrinth. No, I tried it in Death and Taxes and stuff like that, and it just doesn't do enough, and it's too easy to kill. Then I think about the chains is that it works like it's an enchantment, and like for example, Storm doesn't really have an easy way of answering this. Grixis Control has literally no ways of answering this. So it being an enchantment, it's very nice. But it's so cheap though. Yeah, I honestly don't know what I would replace it with. So we can probably cut this part of the Stoneforge package. In fact, we can probably cut the whole thing. Don't think I want Vivian. Cut one swords. Oh, we can get the Scoos. I just don't think I like Canonist in this matchup. It's a body that can attack. 540 for the ton. Yeah, it's a really expensive card. I'm gonna go with the Canonist. I'm not sure that is correct. Mono red sneak attack. Holy crap. I'm gonna keep this. So we're gonna fetch a basic plains on 1. Play Mom. Fetch a basic forest on 2. Of course, playing around Blood Moon. Play Thalia on 2, probably. Don't kill me, bro. Nice, thank you. Much appreciated. Do we attack with the Thalia, with the Mom? I don't think so. Faithless looting. You got it. I need a change in paper and web. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. Sure. Yes, my opponent is really struggling on mana over there. If this knight... Like, if my opponent doesn't kill me here, this knight is gonna go get a wasteland. And get him. You know what I'm saying? Just get him. Get him. Even if they are one life, you don't attack with mom. Well, they might have redundant sneak attacks. That is my theory. They have another spirit guide. Neheb Dreadhorde Champion. You may discard a number of cards. If you do, draw that many cards and not that much red mana. Okay. Sure. Resolves. Resolves. And these should finish this up, right? Good. Wasteland. Wasteland you. The spice that keeps on winning. Congrats on winning the playoffs. I didn't know win the playoffs. I'm playing the deck that won the playoffs. I wish I had won the playoffs, but no, that's not unfortunately what happens. Thank you so much though, Pimin. Thanks for hanging out. I should probably clarify that. Playoffs winners list. Yeah, that I now that I'm looking at the title, it's like I can see why you got confused. So I apologize for that. Just clickbait title, you know. just the classic clickbait title. So I think I actually won Swords. Like my opponent does not seem to be on Chalices. They don't seem to be on a Stumpy list. So maybe Canonist is just fine. And maybe Teague is not great. Nah, Teague is still fine. Maybe this. Maybe this actually. Like if my opponent is resolving a Griselbrand, I'm probably dead anyway. Yeah, I assume that Teague is going to be very good in this matchup, regardless of the list that my opponent's playing. I would imagine that Teague is going to be very good. It's first time playing the list. What do you normally play? I play Maverick mostly, but this is like my first time playing this list specifically. Usually I play this list. I've had a lot of success with this 75. I really like the straight up green white mana base. You know, it's super consistent. You very rarely have trouble finding trouble with your mana. Eesh. Do we keep this? We have very good mana, but we only have like a single. I think I'm gonna keep though. We can also disrupt their ancient tombs and stuff. That's a cool card. All right, that's not another terrible draw. We still need to survive though, but at least we can swords whatever my opponent plays, kind of. Alright, that's one too many swords. Wasteland is the spell. Kinda though. It kinda really is. So this should hopefully delay things a little bit. That's not a bad draw because this allows me to wasteland now. And I'm definitely wastelanding the tapped one. So my opponent's missing land drops and they are kind of like struggling for mana, so I'm into this. Thalia doing work. Oh yeah, Thalia doing work indeed. Nice. So we can't double spell. I think we Teague. Yeah, because if we Teague, the only way that my opponent can win the game is through creatures, and we have answers to creatures. So yeah, I think we definitely Teague there. Nice. Casual 4-0. The casual 4-0. This has felt pretty good. This list has felt pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. There's a couple of things that I'm a little bit, you know, that I doubt. Second Teague in the sideboard might be the way to go, actually. With the amount of like combo and like random decks that Teague is insane against. Which matchups do you cite in BBing against? Anything that it's a grindy like. Especially miracles, like being able to play your stuff at instant speed against miracles, I expect that to be extremely relevant. Plus its card advantage. What's up, Arcan? We're playing some Ewoks here, trying to get that 5-0. Trying to get that 5-0 with the list that won the Legacy playoffs. Oh yeah? Wow, so this list beat you on Dredge? How did that matchup play out? Because I would imagine that this list does not have a very good Dredge matchup. What do you... Game 3 he mulled to 5 and won anyway? That's insane. But yeah, he was not playing a lot. Like, I would imagine that he brought in the fairies, of course. He brought in the play engineers. And like, what else would you bring in against Dredge, right? He did one Thalia, one Wasteland, Mystic, and both Macaps. Wow. Wow. Yikes. What about Brock back in this deck? Well, this deck never really left, honestly. I've been saying that Maverick is insane for months. I don't want to say years, but maybe it was years. But I've been playing Maverick for the past at least 9 to 10 months, I assume. And I've been doing pretty well with it, and I think it's definitely a tier 1 deck. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. I was 9-0, so that comes really absurd games. Yeah, I can see that. Whew. That is a very interesting draw. We're playing against humans. I don't think I want to source the champion. I think I can do that later. Now the question is, do I want to get ahead on mana by getting... Dreadabber here? The issue with that is... I think I'm gonna do that, actually. The only issue with this is that next turn I'm not going to be able to waste on my opponent because I still need to be able to develop my board. And this kind of makes things a little bit awkward. No block. What? Oh, actually? Is there any instant speed human that can blow me out here? Do we trade here? Oh, I mean the card they spoiled brought back. Oh no, those kind of situational cards is not what you want to be doing with this deck. It's kind of like like a tempo deck in a sense. So situational cards put you in awkward spots, and they don't allow you to develop your game plan easily. So I think I want to trade here. Yeah, like we have enough mana, and oof, my opponent's missing land drops. That is pretty huge, actually. They also don't have a. Well, we got no black cards in the main, so I'm gonna go for this Savannah. And I think I'm gonna get Stoneforge and go get the Jite. Next turn we can Jite plus Wasteland, or if we do any other land, we can like Swords. Jite plus Wasteland sounds very good though. And this is nice because it allows me to play around Lords of Pontiff, which is a very good card in this matchup. You got a Meddling Mage. Meddling Mage on Jite, I can vial it in. No big deal. Source of Flashers. Okay, that one's pretty good actually. Ooh. Nah, I think I need to double spell here and get a hit on board. So I'm gonna play Mom and play the Jite and pass the turn. We're gonna see what my opponent does. But they kind of need to answer this Mom, otherwise it's kind of going to run away with the game. Palace Jailer is brutal here. Palace Jailer, it's absolutely brutal here. This card is so freaking good. Wow, that is so good. But I need to steal the Monarchy. So I need to continue developing my board, because if I attack, my opponent just blocks with the Meddling Mage, and I kill it with the Jite. But then they have more mana than I do, and they just get out of hand. Yeah, I need to develop my board. Yeah, missing land drops here is actually, maybe I should not have traded actually. And now if they have Reflector Mage, I basically just lose the game on the spot. Wow, this Meddling Mage it's pretty brutal actually. Jailer is basically white Jace. I kind of agree with that. Yeah. So this turn where if the knight doesn't get answered, we might be able to start like developing our board and go with Cradle and add a bunch of mana and start doing stuff. Stupid Jailer. So we're gonna be able to play Pride Mage. Sack Forest, get Cradle. Add 3 mana and play both Library and equip Jite to Stoneforge and swing. I mean, of course it depends on what my opponent does, but... Is this Yawgmoth? Gross. So I need to start by wasting the Caracas, otherwise they can just block with the Yawgmoth and bounce, and I don't get GT counter. So let's start there. That needs to happen. Then we can do... Well, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because they can just like bounce and deny me GT counters. They can sack, I mean, draw cards and deny me GT. Wow, like, this is brutal. That is so good. But I need to start clearing their board so I can regain the monarchy. So I kind of need to do this. So they're going to block and sack the jailer in response, which is the correct play. But at least now I have more dudes in play than they do, which is what I need to happen in order to win this game. And if they don't stop that, then I can simply kill. Yeah. Okay. Man, Thalia is so bad in this matchup. Yeah, Yawgmoth was just absolutely insane there. Now they're gonna draw the other guy. Yikes. And a freebooter. Now they know to not attack with the meddling. Wasteland, gross. Wasteland taking my way. I need to draw land here. Whoo! All right. All right. I need to draw land right now, otherwise I'm going to lose. That counts. So do I play it before? Do I play that? I guess they're gonna block with the lieutenant, and then. But I need to keep chipping in. They're gonna kill the Pride Mage. And I can't get any value from this, so that just happens. And now I need to play a really bad Thalia into this board. Yeah, this is not looking great over here. Not looking great. Wow. Naturally find into Wastelands. I guess they drew a bunch of cards, so it's not that unreasonable. Wow, this Yawgmoth is just... Whew. Yeah, you don't want to attack with that one. Almost got him. Almost got him. Yeah, I don't think we can win anymore. Yeah. Got us. that was a very good showing for good old Yawgmoth. We're gonna bring this in. We're gonna bring this in. Definitely bringing these guys in. That's for sure. And we're gonna take out Tigre. And we're gonna take out 3 Thalias. Any of this we might want? I don't think so. Prelate is actually horrendous, but at least they can't bounce it with Caracas. Collector Roof is very bad. Oh, Chains stops the Monarch and Yawgmoth, which is not an irrelevant thing. So it might be better than the Prelate. And I think that everything else we just want to keep. Okay. I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick. If you can wait for me for like 1 minute, I will be right back. All right. Yeah, this sand is not good enough. We have mana, but we have, first of all, we have a really bad card in our hand, and then both of our cards are not pretty good in the matchup. I like this one much more. I really wish I could keep that one on top, but I'm gonna go get Savannah. We're gonna Scene it for Arbor. We need to get ahead. The closest thing to Maverick in Modern Company are taxes. I think that neither of them is particularly close. Like the thing about Maverick, I guess a Green One Company would be the closest thing. I don't think it's that close, but it is definitely closer than like Taxes decks. I don't think Taxes decks are very good. Sad face. We are definitely sorting this, so we're going to play Tracker. We're gonna sack Dryad Arbor, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna get a fetch land, one of the bad ones. We're gonna get a counter here. We're gonna get another Savannah, and we're immediately sorting that mom. Usually I tend to sacrifice the Dry Diver quickly because it's the weakest. Like, your land being a creature means that it's very, very easy to interact with. And then, like, them Reflectrum maging the Dry Diver is just brutal against us. Especially right here. what can they get here? Is this humans deck like actually legit? Like, is this humans deck for real? Yeah, I'm not lucky. Yep. Glad I didn't block. Okay, what is the best way to proceed here? I think I need to wasteland my opponent, otherwise they're gonna jailer me this turn. Now the question is, do I want to draw cards or do I want to play creatures? I think I'm gonna play out stuff. And I can go get Cradle, which would give me 3 mana. So I can maybe draw into another creature. It's not very good. That is also not very good, but I need to wasteland here. I think I'm gonna wasteland the Caracas, even though it might be weird. If they have Reflector Mage, I'm gonna regret not attacking with this, but I think it's better to hold it back. Man, I really need to stop that Aether Vial. Oof, I really need to stop that Aether Vial. Like, I really need to stop that Aether Vial, like, right now. 7. Come on. Five, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, so I still can draw one more. Kills the Hierarch. So they jailer here. Attack with Lieutenant. I don't think I have good attacks. I guess the Scavenging is good attack. Either Valve being uncommon, it's kind of... Is this like the biggest jump in rarity? Because it is a mythic in like Modern Masters, I think. So it went from uncommon to like mythic rare, which is funny. Yeah, but Fatal Push is a removal spell. Like, removal spells are like, Source is also an uncommon, Path is an uncommon. Removal spells are fine. This card is kind of busted. Can I attack with anything? I mean, I'm at 5, so I'm just gonna hand tight. Definitely not in a good spot here. Definitely not in a good spot. Now they can jailer me. Oh, it's only a rare? Okay. I was mistaken then. So there comes the jailer, which is of course very bad for me. He's probably gonna get the knight. Oh, gets the engineer instead. Okay. They get the monarch. They get a 7/7. That's a mom. Oh, that explains why they got the plague engineer then. I'm gonna draw something. Does that one help? So I swing with both. They throw 2 dudes under the bus. I think I need more info because before I can make a decision. But Cradle makes this. Okay. So I guess I'm going to swing with both of these. And I need to block here. Both of them. So I think it's going to be the Jailer and the Recruiter. At least this way we can like get ahead on board a little bit, but we are still dead to this Thalia's Lieutenant. Because my opponent can just like give it pro green and then they just swing through my defenses and it's an 8/8, so I'm only at 5, so bad beats, bad beats. Ooh. Okay. Definitely putting this one first. Flashing this in. Source Splashers one time. I can still cast Knight here. Just whiffed. Just whiffed. So I'm gonna get to kill that one, which is okay, I guess. Played my land already. Next turn I can use the Scrave Ranger to do some stuff. And I can gain up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 life. I think I'm gonna need all the life that I can get. So I'm gonna do this. And if I manage to get back my Plague Engineer, that might help. Freebooter is fine. It doesn't really do it. I guess it is a blocker for the Scrave Ranger, so I guess it does matter. There goes my Sylvan Library. Five. I can make this up to a 6/6. So if my opponent has another 4/4 creature, I cannot die. Another 4-mana creature. But if they don't do anything, I think I just draw a card. And this game is super tight. Can't draw any more cards. But I can start getting a hit on board now. So I think I start by attacking with the Scriv Ranger. No, I should attack. I should have played the Knight of Autumn first, because if they have Yawgmoth, I get brutally blown out. I made a mistake now, so I'm not gonna play around Yawgmoth off the top. I guess they can also do that. At least I can try to stay ahead on board. That's gonna be my plan. Oops. No, we're fine. I almost thought that I was out of resources, but I'm still fine because of the Noble Hierarch. Man, this game has been something else. This humans deck definitely looks legit. Sure. Yeah, this says sacrifice. It doesn't say sacrifice target, so we're still fine. For a second, I was like, uh-oh, can't sack my forest anymore, but it's like, oh no, we're fine, we're fine. Whew. Opponent trying to figure out whether they have lethal. If they attack with Lieutenant and they tap the Mom, they only have 3 blockers, and I can attack with 1, 2, 3, 4 things, and I can always untap stuff. Yep. Unless they have another 1-drop, I don't think this is going to work out for them the way they want to. Recruiter. Sacrifice Savannah. Go get a basic forest. Eat the Hierarch. So I will go down to 1 because I can't block neither of these dudes. They draw 1 more card. All right, that gets Jite. This gets Jite, and I can equip the Jite. They have only 2 blockers. These cannot cast spells, so I think we get there. Because we're gonna get the Palace Jailer back. Pay 2 here. Yeah, they concede. Yeah, they needed to like hang tight. They needed to hang tight. That was their out. I think they made a mistake and they didn't realize that I had more green mana. But I was getting back the Plague Engineer, then then the Mom dies. Yeah, that was a sick game. I enjoyed that a lot. That was sweet. You could also just bounce Stomach if you want to wasteland him more. Oh, interesting that you can do that. Yeah, I honestly, I miss the fact that Tomic was legendary. It it's just a 2/3, you're like, yeah, that guy's not legendary. Well, I guess it is. Okay, do we want to change anything? It's awkward because I want to tell my opponent that that was a sick game, that I enjoyed it a lot, but I don't know if that counts as BM, so I'm not gonna say anything. So I could bring in Collector Oof to stop Aether Vial, but it also stops my equipment, so I don't think that's a good trade-off for me. Even though Aether Vial, it's a really big pain. Yeah, I think I don't want to change anything. Alright, game 3. We draw this hand. This is sad. I guess we're gonna keep this one. We bottom that. And they have the turn 1 vial too. Must be nice. I actually made a mistake there. I think I'm going to wasteland them on turn 2. And if I was going to wasteland them, now I'm not going to be able to play the Mom. So I should have definitely fetched for a Savannah and played it there. That was a mistake. Sure. Well, I guess I can't wasteland anymore, huh? I am going to definitely make sure that I destroy this vial right now. Before they get more value. Vial is such a brutal card. We're probably not going to be able to trade with the champion, but hopefully. Lynn Chalice, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. They wasted me? Okay. Oh, that is fine. This card is so bad in this matchup. So I can't wasteland them because of this guy. So I'm just gonna play out the Mom. And I just pass the turn. That is a Mom. Wow. That is a really good draw my opponent had over there. What do we want to kill? I think we want to kill the Mother. That's an insane draw from our opponent. That is... wow. So I guess I need to chump block here. Which is kind of insane. What? Yeah, we just draw away just a little bit too many blanks. Just a bit too many blanks. And my opponent drew an insane hand. I guess we're not gonna be able to get that sweet 5-0. We're just gonna have to deal with the 4-1. Yeah, my opponent's draw was just perfect. There was nothing that was not perfect about my opponent's draw. They had the turn 1 vial that I needed to interact with. They had exactly the amount of lands they needed in order to make their plays with the perfect curve. They had the interactive dude. Oh, they have Reflector Mage too. Yeah, this is just absurd. Yep. And we just drew a little bit too many bad cards. Alright, 4-1 is not bad though. 4-1 is not bad, and we also had it very close last game. I think I'm gonna have time for another league. I just want to see whether I want to make any changes to this list. Honestly, it felt quite powerful. I'm just very concerned with the graveyard hate situation. Oh, it was you, Yosoyes. Yeah, that game. I didn't want to, since I won the second game, I didn't want to like say something in chat, but I thought that second game was insane. I really enjoyed that. And that game 3, your draw was just absurd. That humans deck might be very real. Oh, you were yeah. I appreciate that, Yosoyes. I appreciate that. Do we want to change anything? I don't know if I love the main deck Prelate. I guess it was solid against Storm. But I kind of really want the Jailer. So I think I'm going to do something like this. Another alternative would be to cut the Pride Mage instead of the other thing. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Game 2 was very fun. It's real. Try it sometime. It looks fun for you too. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy this style of deck, so I would imagine that the humans deck would be kind of the same thing. The only thing I don't really like about it's like I really enjoy like toolbox styles decks, like Grixis and Zenith, Night of Reliquary, cards that you have like your little toolbox of stuff that you can do. And the humans deck is not really like that. It is with the recruiter guy, so maybe that is enough for me to want to give it a shot. But yeah, if you're here in chat and you are enjoying what you're seeing, if you have not hit that follow button, make sure that you do so. I think we're gonna play another league. And if you want to help support the stream, you can always subscribe. There's a lot. We stream a lot of legacy and modern content here, so if that is something that you enjoy, of course, you can help support the stream with a subscription. You get access to these sweet emotes, as well as an exclusive cyber guide that I wrote for Amulet Titan in Modern. I wrote a full, very in detail cyber guide for this list that you see right here. So if you want to learn a little bit about the deck, then you can subscribe and you will get access to the cyber guide as well. If you want to check out previous streams, you can check out my YouTube channel. I always post all of my past streams, and I tag them so people, if you're interested in legacy content, you can go to the legacy playlists and whatnot. If you want modern content, Amulet content, you can go to the correspondent playlist. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I always post whenever I'm going live, and you can find me there at fpublishmtg. If you want to join my Amulet Discord, you can do so with the Amulet Discord. This is the second link, and my personal Discord, which is the Primetime Stronghold Discord. That is the first link that you have access to over there. And finally, if you really enjoy the stream and you want to help me get to go to GP Vegas in August, any donation is always very much welcome. And with any donation of $12 or more, I will play the 75 of your choosing, Maverick Abzan, through a league live here on stream. All right, league number 2. I think I'm gonna go get my bottle of water, probably like in between these and the next game. Turn 1 Mom, turn 2 Stoneforge. This hand has a plan. It's kind of bad that we drew this Sophie. Sophie, however you call that. Gonna force this. I really love the art in Mother of Runes. She's just like chilling there, just having her cup of coffee, you know, just hanging out. It's probably a tea. It's not a coffee. They did want to force that. All right, good for us. Pitching Snapcaster too. That's pretty great for us. Yep. How do you like it, turn to Talia? Does this one resolve? It does. So we're probably playing against some kind of like Grixis style control deck. Oh, never mind. Blue-red Delver? Yep. Well, this is awkward. So if my opponent has a bolt, I kind of lose. But there is no way for me to play around it. And if that is the case, then I think I'd rather play... Like, how do I beat a Lightning Bolt? On the other hand, the fact that my opponent forced my mom suggests that they don't have a Lightning Bolt. So I guess I'm not gonna play around Bolt. I'm just gonna slam this. Whoops. Slam this Knight of the Reliquary. But yeah, if they have a Lightning Bolt, they're going to be able to like bolt my Thalia, attack with Dread Horde, and bolt the Knight. And I'm just like, I don't think I can ever come back from that. But they cannot cantrip into the bolt. They need to like naturally have drawn the bolt in the past 2 turns. And again, because they forced my mom, is that I'm choosing to make this play. Okay, sick. All right, so we're gonna be in a good spot then. We're gonna be in a fine spot here. In fact, if we want to, we can double block the Arcanist, which means that... So they're gonna get a free Brainstorm here. Swamp. Okay. That's interesting. So they're gonna flashback Brainstorm, and then now I get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have enough mana to give Thalia Pro blue and red. So I think I don't block. Yeah, I think I don't block. Because that this turn I'm also going to be able to get the Knight out of bolt range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Four. Play this. They can't force it. Sack here. Go get a fetch lands. Sack again. I guess I might as well play around back to basics. So now they can't answer my Thalia, and they're gonna be taxed on mana. Alright, I think we're in a solid spot here. I guess if they find Fatal Push and a fetch land, I'm in trouble. That's the only way that my opponent can get out of this. It has to be Fatal Push plus fetch. Or Dismember plus fetch. Or Dismember plus... No, just Dismember, I guess. No, because Dismember, they're not going to be able to flash it back with Red Horse, so never mind. It has to be exactly push plus fetch land. Push and no fetch land doesn't do it. And Bolt doesn't do anything because I'm at 18. Okay, the fetch land's there. If they have the push, this is just a really mean slow roll. Okay, that's a true name. We can beat that one. In fact, they are actually dead. Yeah, well, they are actually dead here. So I equip the Sophie to Knight of the Reliquary. I wasteland myself and fetch. And they die. Yeah. Take one. Take one. You got me. This is free. This one's also free. What could they have for 4 mana? Nothing, right? I think this is sweeter though, so I'm gonna go for this. Again, I could have like exposed myself to I don't even know what by wastelanding myself and equipping the sword here. But this is basically just the same, right? Like, and I'm on tapping with an active mom. Like my opponent cannot beat my board. Okay, definitely want this. Definitely want this. I don't think I want T. I definitely want Chalice. It's very good at stopping Arcanist. Chains sounds actually quite powerful here. And Prelate, same thing. So we want to shave one source, but no more than that. We probably want to shave on the Knight and Teague. Reliquary seems not great. And maybe I want to shave on Stoneforge. Like, it's very likely that they have Call Against Command. So Sword of Arcanist is definitely very good, but I don't love GT. It's effectively a control deck, right? One more cut, probably Wasteland. It's possible that I want to cut Jailer against the True Name Nemesis deck. But I have several answers to True Name. I'm not so concerned about True Name out of this deck. I'm more concerned about True Name out of a Delver deck or something. I definitely Cyborg Palace Jailer out against Delver decks. Knight has to be good, right? They after Arcanist and for Soul, sometimes they have push, but that's one of two. So yes and no, Lane Chalice. Because basically Knight in this kind of matchup is just a vanilla XX, right? Because we're not gonna be like wastelanding them and stuff. So usually against matchups where it's just a vanilla creature, I tend to side out some number of Knights of the Reliquary. Against Miracles, I do so the same thing, but against Miracles, Teague is good because of Terminus and Jace. So also against Miracles, because of their sweepers, I side out some number of mana creatures. So I treat the Grixis style control decks differently than I do treat the blue-white based control decks. And against this kind of decks, also against blue-white, Knight dies to Source to Plowshares. But yeah, in matchups where it's just like a random beater, I'm not the biggest fan of Knight. So this is a turn 2 choke, which my opponent probably cannot answer. Never mind. Never mind. There goes my choke. It's not a great draw. We also have a Dryadabra in hand, which is really, really bad. No, my opponent's deck is very, very much a control deck. It's just running Arcanist and True Name as their weak conditions, but whoops. Okay, we need to draw better than this. We need to draw better than this, because this draw is not gonna beat my opponent's deck. Hopefully they don't have like Deluge or something like that, because we're just going to die to that. And I'm not playing the Dryadabra on purpose because I'm playing around the Sweeper. What I would love to see is Tracker, for example. Tracker would be very good. Brainstorm in the main phase. Okay, this makes me think that they're like trying to hit land drops. Like what other reason would you just like slam a main phase Brainstorm for? So I'm going to assume that they're missing land drops. So if I find a Wasteland, I'm snapping it off so quickly. I kind of miss Ramunap. Ramunap was a very, very nice angle of attack for this deck. So best cards we can draw here: Palace Jailer. Sylvan Library would be very nice, like super nice. Tireless Tracker would be very, very nice too. We have some very solid potential draws. All right, there goes the Underground Sea. Is this Liliana's Triumph? Sure. Got me. All right, that's cool. I can work with that. Hopefully we untap with this and we get to Wasteland them. That would be nice. The bad thing is that Wasteland enables my opponent's pushes. Ah, never mind. My opponent's pushes are enabled already. Alright. So they play a True Name into... Start here. And I guess let's continue here. I imagine they have a Force of Will. No, they don't. I am intrigued by what's happening right here. Wasteland you. Pass his turn. So now my opponent's Arcanists are basically blanked. Because Arcanists cannot flashback the Triumph. They can only flashback one mana cost spells. I assume they had Force of Will. Like, it seems so weird to me that they didn't have Force there. Oh. Okay. Okay, that's a sweet, sweet draw. Now we can go get Tracker. And we can start drawing a lot of cards. I think I wanna, I wanna sack the Dry Diver here. Wastelands. You. Of course, I'm going after the black sources because those are the ones that I care about. But my opponent has a lot of them. It kind of sucks that my knight is kind of exposed. My knight is kind of exposed to a lightning bolt here because of the Nihil's problem. Now that's a good one. Now that is a good one. That is a solid one. Alright. We're going to be able to cast that one this turn thanks to Gaia's Cradle. Oh, this deck is great! This deck is so sweet. This deck is so insanely sweet. What do I do with the Vivian though? Do I plus? Do I minus? I think I minus. I think I'm gonna minus, yeah. It exposes her to bolt, but if they bolt the Vivian, that means that they don't bolt the knights. And I definitely want to have something on board if my opponent... Gaia's Cradle. I definitely want to have something on board if my opponent deluges me. Although they can't really... I guess they can deluge, yeah. That's not bad. Instant speed Scoos. I like that. I like the sound of that one. And here I'm waiting on this until after they crack the Nihil Spellbomb, which they kind of have to crack here, because otherwise, like, their mana is going to be super taxed. But I'm waiting for that in order to make sure that my opponent takes more damage from a potential deluge or something like that. If I had money to build a legacy deck, I'd build Maverick or Eldrazi Post. I strongly recommend Maverick. There's the Badlands. There's the cracked Spellbomb. Makes sense. Bye-bye Graveyard. No Bolt EOT is great news for me. It's a pre-ordering. Solid draw. Target creature gains vigilance and reach. Just look at that synergy right there, huh? Swing. Snap. So this should be lethal now. So where's this? Crack this. Get it by you. And now we wasteland you. And now this is lethal. Get some extra damage in there for value. Instant speed, mom. Sweet. You have been Mavericked, opponent. You have been Mavericked. More like Mavericked. Ha! Ha! The puns are strong with this one. All right. Sigh. Oh, this hand is not very good. I don't like this hand. Oh. I meant to mulligan this. I definitely meant to mulligan this. So I'm assuming we're playing against Rock Delver. So I want to play around Stifle. This is not a good hand against Rock Delver either. Yep, that's Rock Delver. Definitely just like slamming this Teague because I kind of want to use my mana, and like if my opponent wants to daze this, that's great. Like whatever they do to this Teague, if they bolt it, I just don't care about this card right now. What? Sure. I really don't care about that. It's a perfectly fine exchange for me. And now we can even fetch for a basic forest. Get Scoos. Yeah, they might actually force this one. Okay, so they get back the Misty. This card is freaking good. That's what that card is. Just good card. So I guess I can play out the Waste here and play the Knight of Autumn as a 4/3. It sucks to bold. Like, this is just a bad play against bold, but get a 4/3. Funny that it trades with the Goyf here. Whoa, that's some next level shit right there. So I guess I should have played my Pride Mage instead, huh? So here they might waste my waste. No blocks. But if they waste my waste, I get to do this, and I at least I put them behind on tempo. Like I get them like down a land. So it achieves something. Play Pride Mage. And I think I expose the Hierarch too. By playing out the Hierarch, it exposes, like, it doesn't let my opponent plus on the Wasteland. So I think I'm okay with this. And then I'm definitely going to untap. No blocks on the Goyf, for sure. We need to answer this guy. Okay. Something. I guess that is something. Okay, attack Ren. Sweet. So you get to answer the Goyf. We get to answer the Ren, I mean. I'm gonna get a Knight here. Spell Pierce. Brutal. Do I want to play around Days? I think I'm going to upkeep, get Savannah, and source the Tarmogoyf. It plays into Days, but otherwise I am going to like take a little bit too much damage from this Tarmogoyf, just a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. And then if my opponent draws a true name, then I am losing that very quickly. Alright, they didn't have the Days last turn, so it stands to reason that they shouldn't have the Days this turn. Knight of the Reliquary. I like my spot. What type of graveyard hit do you have in the green-white list? I have Surgicals and I have Tormod Script, Trex. They shuffled also, by the way. And they blind got a true name. Sweet. Must be nice. Must be nice. So there's one Volk in there, so I'm gonna go after the Volcanic Islands. So unless they draw exactly red and 6 this turn, we should be able to cut them off red, which is kind of nice. Sweet draw. Okay, so going to fetch for a Bayou. Is this Stifle? No. So we're gonna get Wasteland. Waste your red source again. Okay. Play this guy. Got him! Alright, Rug Delver. Definitely want this. Definitely want these for sure. I do want my chokes. And I do want my chalices. I don't want Jailer. This card is a little bit too much of a liability. Knight of Autumn can come out. I do want all my mana sources. I don't want Gadok Teague. I definitely want Sword of Fire and Ice. Knight of the Reliquary is pretty sweet in this matchup. So is Scavenging Ooze. Take out a couple of C-nets. Honestly, it kind of sucks to have like. I think I'm not gonna bring in the chain, and the reason for this is that it kind of sucks to have need to fetch for black sources against a deck like Rock Delver. I don't think I want Prelate. I could Prelate on 1, I guess. I don't think I love it. All right. Let's see how this goes. Sure. Turn 1 Delver. Dace. That is fine. No blind flip is very nice. Would have been very sweet to draw a... Would have been very nice to draw like a fetch land there. Yeah, that's why. That's exactly why it would have been sweet to draw a fetch land there. Fetch land! Or... Wait. If this is a lightning bolt, we kind of... Well, that's also very, very bad. Land? Alright. This is how the Delver matchup works out sometimes. Most times, actually. I mean, this is how they roll. Yeah, that's fine. This is a fine setup. I like this. You definitely want to be drawing your lands against Delver. Interesting that they keep the Tarmogoyfs in post sideboard. I would imagine they would side some of those out. Delvers are fine because they clock me in the air, but like Tarmos are just like they get outgrown very quickly by night. So I don't know. I don't know a thing about Rock Delver anyway. So who am I to say? I think I'm gonna keep this. Sucks that we drew the Dryad Arbor. This just sucks. This sucks. But it is what it is. That's not a bad draw at all. Yep, was nice. That was nice. Now we can do a force check. I guess we get Scrubland. Force check. All right, so I think we're gonna be in a good spot now. I think we're going to be in a good spot. We just out-Delvered. We just out-Delvered my Delver opponent, I think. Ooh, that is strong. That is real strong. They force there. That's cool. Force Pitching Ponder. Probably gonna waste the Cradle. And they need to answer this. I doubt they have a second Fork Bolt. If they have a second Fork Bolt, that's just like the worst of beats. Dismember? Alright. That's the way to do it. Alright, I guess we didn't out-Delver the Delver deck. Yep. Maybe I was too greedy and I should have like secured the second basic there. Yep. Nah, this is brutal. Wow, this really did not work out for us, huh? This really did not work out for us. Can we draw a land, please? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I got too greedy with that Tireless Tracker play. Yeah, maybe that was just a misplay, and I should have, like, while I was ahead, I should have played conservatively instead of, you know, being able to get blown out by a couple of tempo plays and a clock. So maybe I just punted that game. Yeah, because also if instead of the Cradle I just make the Knight a 6/6. Yeah, I guess I was just outplayed. I was careless. Let that be a lesson right there. You don't want to, never want to be too confident against Rock Delver. Yeah, if I had played it slow, if I just, like, instead of going get the Cradle, I go get a fetch land while my opponent stepped out, I fetch for basic planes, then my opponent can never answer the Knight, and I'm just like infinitely ahead on board, and I can start wastelanding them. But I wanted to like push my advantage, and I was a little bit careless while doing so. Rightfully punished. I think I keep this. In a roundabout way, having access, that's not a bad draw. In a roundabout way, having access to Screeve Ranger, it's kind of like having access to ramp, because I can like play my land, play my forest, and then like bounce it and then replay it in order to like get ahead on mana by, like, I don't need to draw extra lands. Just with the lands that I have, I can just have access to one extra mana. I wonder what this is. Maybe it's for Cololome. Yep, definitely for Cololome. I definitely want a Swords there. It puts me a little bit behind, and I don't have another, like, I'm not gonna fetch there. Oh, this is not for Cololome. This is definitely not for Cololome. Confirmed, not for Cololome. Just gonna play a Mom and pass a turn. Next turn I can Jailer if I want to, or I can black, or I can Knight. I think I'm very likely going to Knight. They're gonna ping the Mom. Get a basic forest. Get another basic forest. Best card in the deck. I love me some Scribe Ranger. Untap this one. Give protection to itself from red. Bing. I think I'm going after the Renin 6 here. Hex Mage. Okay. This is fine. I'm starting next turn. I'm going to have access to Wasteland thanks to the Knight of the Reliquary. So I think I like my situation here. Active Knight, potential to play Palace Jailer. Scribe Ranger Blowout, huh? Feels nice whenever you get to do that. Feels pretty good. It's kind of gross. Like, what's it's got like some insects and stuff. Ew. Ew. That's a gross art. This kind of feels like a brew. What's up, Jacob C Magic? How you doing? If you want to learn about the MSL, which is the Modern Streamers League, which will be beginning this coming month, actually, then you can check that out in that link over there. It's gonna be featuring. Okay, so Catacombs and Hexmage. Never mind, just Hexmage. It's gonna be featuring some other streamers, including myself, others such as Caleb Scherer, Cat Light, Saint Doom, which is the one that has been organizing the entire event. It's gonna be pretty sweet. Definitely recommend everybody checks it out. How do you get the new Cyber Guide? Great question. You need to join my Discord, which you can do so right there. Is the first link that's going to show up. After you do, you can you can use the you can link your Discord to your other what am I trying to say? To your Twitch. There we go. And once you do that, you will get access to the channels. The channels for subscribers only, and then you're gonna be able to access the Cyber Guide right there. So I think I'm going to attack Ren again. No. I'm gonna attack Liliana so that she can't get back the dead Hex Mages that we're gonna have now. And once I get rid of the Hex Mages, womp womp. I guess I'm not gonna be able to get rid of the Hex Mages. I'm gonna get rid of them next turn. This is fine. This is fine. Pro black. The only thing I kind of lose to here would be Deluge. Deluge seems like my opponent's only out. That one's freaking interesting. I think I'm just gonna do this though. For black. This gets rid of Ren. So Ren down, Yana down. Now we're gonna fetch for a black-white source. White Jailer. I guess this I should have fetched the other Savannah. That was a punt. Never punished. Sweet. Pass a turn. Don't draw Savannah. Don't draw Savannah. Nice. Value. Now we can fetch Wasteland. My opponent cannot combo me out with crop rotation. Dig in my spot. Certainly dig in my spot. If my opponent does happen to combo me, I can simply use Knight to go fetch Caracas instead. So I think we're gonna get there. Black. You got a Thoughtseize. It seems to be the lock. This seems to be the lock right here. This is a vampire shaman, so it's not a human, and Bob is a human wizard. Too bad. I'm already thinking of how good Plague Engineer is going to be in this matchup. Opponent has only a single card left in hand, so we're going to be able to, if they attack with Chump, that's fine. And then we untap, we kill the Liliana. Opponent has only one card left in hand. We have an unstoppable army. Yeah, definitely Chump him. And I want to... I need to force my opponent to be the first one to do something. Because otherwise they can blow me out with a second removal spell. Script Ranger is doing work this game. Like, Scriv Ranger is doing work. It's pretty absurd how much work Scriv Ranger did that game. I don't want to tap this. Yeah, Ranger is so freaking good. Ranger is so absurdly good. I just have to figure out what I'm going to scene it for. I think I'm going to scene it for a second. You're fine, you got a crop rotation. I think I'm going to scene it for a second. Let you pretend to play Elves in Maverick. I think it's better than that. Boo-hoo? Okay. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say, like, just cycle and kill it anyway. Alright. Judgment, yes. Vivian, yes. Engineer, yes. I don't think we want Chalice. Definitely don't want Teague. Thalia is interesting. Maybe I want 3. I don't think I want the full 4. Yeah. Yeah. It lets. I think that Scriv Ranger in Maverick is more powerful than Aquarian Ranger is in Elves. But what Elves has is like the Wirewood Symbiote plus Visionary combo, which is just absurd. So that combo is just dumb. But Scriv Ranger, like you just saw, like my opponent made this entire play in order to kill my my mom, and then like Scriv Ranger came in at instant speed after they had like minus their Planeswalker and activated and did all the stuff, and then we just blew them out. It was sweet. I think I don't want Sword. I think I'm okay with the GT. And just a single Stoneforge to go get it. I'm not so used to sideboarding with this list that I know it has some weird thingies going on. I like this draw. We have a waste time to interact with my opponent's combo. I think I'm going to turn 1 fetch for armor. If they have to turn to Ren, they're gonna be quite far ahead. But I mean I can't do anything to stop that. So definitely smells like a turn to Ren. Yikes. Yep. This card is insane. This card is so absurd. Such a dumb card. So now I just have myself dead to a Liliana, basically. Two mana for this Planeswalker is just insane. 2 mana is such a stupidly low investment. Do we have an answer for this too? Damn it. I'm not sure about that card. Oh, that's a nice draw engine. I can scene it for 2, which gives me like not Scriv Ranger, but maybe Kasali Pride Mage. Seems better than Skoos, because Skoos is actually a very good card in the matchup. I just cannot answer this guy. It's just I need to use my creatures to answer this dude, and this dude kills my creatures. That just doesn't work. Oh, please. Oh, please. Plague Engineer. Plague Engineer. Oh. So sad. They can double block if they want. They just chomp. Okay. I think I'm just going to Tracker plus Bayou. It also kind of sucks that I didn't draw a white source, because if I draw a white source, I think we're actually ahead at that point. Because I force the chomp, and then I have... And then I am the Monarch, and I deny them of their Dark Confidant draws. What did they get back? Catacombs, which they discarded. Okay, so we're even. Okay, at least unless they have a Hex Mage, I cannot get comboed out. It's nice to know about the Crop Rot. Never mind, they have double Crop Rot. Are we just dead? What is going on? They did have double Crop Rot. So we are getting comboed out. So if we find a white source, we are gonna be in a fine spot. So they know about the wasteland, so they're going for the combo now, which makes sense for them. But if we manage to find a white source, please, please, white source. Yes, yes. This is dope. Unless they have a third white source, a third crop rotation, we should be fine here. And here we can... I guess we force the chomp, right? Interesting. I think it's going to be more important to hold up Wasteland than to destroy the Mox Diamond. But right now, I like my spot. They show on Fire Hex Mage, okay. 2 blockers for the Bob, so they cannot steal the Monarchy. There's a Hex Mage. Oh, sweet, Garrett. That's awesome. Yeah, I honestly have been enjoying the draft format a lot. Which is not usually the case. With this kind of like, you know, GP kind of formats. What do we attack with? So I'm actually really looking forward to go if I manage to get to hit my goal. Huh. I think I attack with the Kasali Pride Mage. Nah, I'm gonna go with the tracker. Crack 1 clue, find Source Splasher. That's a really solid draw. So now we can sword the Bob. Whoops. and pass the turn with double Wasteland app, so my opponent cannot combo me out. Draw another card. Another Wasteland, sweet. Limited was my 95% my magic left. Yeah, but there are some, like, I don't like War Limited, for example. War Limited sounds just bad to me. And like the Modern Horizons format has been very, very sweet. Like I've enjoyed it a lot. I guess they want to attack here. I'm okay with this. Jailer down. I don't need to get Corrupt Rotted out of the game, so I'm just gonna tap. Play this. Play Scavenging Ooze, so I can exile that P-Fire. Yeah, they just concede. Alright, sick. Good times. Good times. I like that version of Depths, though. Ultimate Masters is really fun. I did not draft Ultimate Masters a single time. I drafted the first Modern Masters a lot. I enjoyed that format quite a bit. I drafted the second Modern Masters a lot. The third one only a little bit, not that much, but it was still very enjoyable. And then I've been drafting Modern Horizons also quite a bit. Yeah, a lot of them really are. I think this is a Wasteland U-turn. Well. How many of those you got? That's hilarious. Okay, so we're playing against Post. Which means that this is a very sad mom. This is a very, very sad mom. Interesting. So this is going to be Trinisphere? So that would suck. Okay, what's going on over there? Voltaic. Voltaic, I guess is the correct pronunciation. Chalice for 1. That is perfectly fine for me. I mean, not like perfectly fine, but it's fine enough. This matchup, Mom, is it's a 1-1 for 1. It's not protecting anything from anything. Thalia's hopefully doing work here. I guess she's not. I guess she is not. Well, that is gross. I get my 1 point of damage, and then I'm going to get Scavenging Ooze. I am saving this Zenith to get Knight of the Reliquary. My opponent has been drawing a lot of lands, though, which is terrible news for me. I'm doing this so my opponent cannot, like, activate Ballista first. I don't think they're going for activate Ballista, though. I think they just have a Planeswalker. Oh, more Thran Dynamos. And the Placewalker. Oh, and the Thoughtnuts here, okay. Probably gonna get the Green Sun Zenith. Green Sun Zenith here. Yep. Knight of Autumn would be sick. Dradabra is like absolutely the worst possible draw. Absolute worst possible draw. You need to be one lower, my friend. Can't even attack. I guess if my opponent has like nothing left in hand, I have a shot. This is not nothing left. Oh, they have 12 mana, so they're gonna activate Ballista 3 times. Oh no, they just have Ugin. They just have an unbeatable Planeswalker, never mind. Alright, so they're playing walkers. We want this, we want this, we want this. Council's Judgment. And that's it. Get Mother of Runes out of here immediately. And that's it. We can prelate on... We talked about prelating on 3, I think. Oh, we brought in the Plague Engineer because it just blocks. It just trades with... Nah, I kind of don't like it though. Alright, let's do this. This hand is very, very good. I like it a lot. So, turn 1, Noble. Turn 2, Knight. Turn 3, we go off with Wastelands. We don't care about Chalice, we don't care about like any of like Trinisphere. None of our opponent's early interaction matters at all. This is just an all-around very, very good card. Oh. Well, I guess we're still fine here, right? We just play the Knight, just naked, whatever. And then we try to set up for Knight of Autumn on the following turn. Hopefully we draw land. Sick. All right. I can play around Spatial Contortion. I am not going to do it. I think like holding the information is just more valuable. Keeping the information hitting that this was my draw step, because like at this point, like my opponent knows that I'm going to be able to like to Knight of Autumn this, and then I get kind of blown out by second Spyglass though. Though if my opponent has a second Spyglass, it should kind of be on Wasteland though, so it's probably just fine. Chalice on 1 does absolutely nothing, and I think we kind of win here. So we're gonna get Savannah. I'm gonna do this. Go get Knight of Autumn. Destroy this. Sacrifice, go get Wasteland. Wasteland you. And now my opponent's just too far behind. They can't ever, in a million years, catch back up. Yep, exactly. Too strong. Knight of the Reliquary, too strong. I don't think we want to change anything. I still think Thalia is meh, but it's probably better than all the other alternatives we got here. It bothers them a little bit. This is not a good hand. Yeah, that was a sick turn. Well, if we find a basic forest, or like a green-white, I guess. Green source is what we're looking for here. Probably gonna name Wasteland here. It would be correct for them to name Wasteland, let's put it that way. Yep. Green source, alright. Off to the races. So we can turn to Vivian or turn to Teague. I don't particularly love turn to Teague. Hopefully I don't have a Ballista here. Ballista would be... Okay, Thought Knot is actually kind of bad too. Probably gonna take the Vivian here. No, they take the Teague. Interesting. So I guess they might have something worth. They know about my hand, but it doesn't make sense for me to like play out the Vivian and then just expose it to a Thought Knot attack. It's a Thran Dynamo. Because my opponent has access to a lot of mana. I think I am going to play Vivian and minus her, looking for the oof. Ugh. One, two, three, four, five, six. I'm just gonna play this guy out. So my opponent cannot play a big dude, a big planeswalker. And if they attack the Vivian here, I just let her go. Ballista would be terrible for me, of course. No attack on Vivian. Vigilance and Reach. I think I just need to minus, and I need to like get lucky, draw an oof or something. Would have loved to draw that Council's Judgment. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9 mana. That's so much mana. That's even more mana. Something good? Let me say that that one certainly qualifies as something good. Certainly qualifies as something good. Equip here. Swing. +2. +2. Take 8. Hit my GT counters. Draw a card. That's a Zenith. So I need to answer the Teague. I really want to see my opponent's hand. I am convinced that they had like some 4 mana plus walker in there, based on how quickly they exiled the Gadok Teague with the Thought Knot. So I'm pretty sure that that minus on Vivian in order to find the Teague was just crucial. I think that that is like by itself, that was the reason that we won that match. All right, 3-1, back-to-back 4-1s with with Maverick. Fine hand. Turn 1, Dried Arbor. Into turn 2, Stoneforge plus Waste. We can get pierced here too. I could see that for sure. EOT Brainstorm with this hand is not good for us. Usually only combo decks will like fire off a Brainstorm with such little value just at the end step like this, and this hand is not good at all against the combo deck. So I don't think I like our chances here. Oh, okay. Guess we are playing against some deck. They didn't daze me. Okay, never mind. That's why they didn't daze me last turn. They had. So I guess I should have just jammed the Casali there. Okay, so I think that they might be looking for lands over there. What deck plays Spell Snare though on basic island? They chose not to shuffle. Bad beats. Please fetch it on basic for me. Please fetch it on basic. Yes. Sweet. Ooh. That is real nice. Source you. This is like the ultimate tempo turn. We get to play around days. Whoa. Force and Stifle. Okay, this is pretty great. They can daze if they want. And if they don't daze, we wasteland them. And now next turn we're gonna get to play out the Pride Mage and maybe the GTA as well. They're gonna get the flip the Delvers. I'm gonna get... Oh, no? That's weird. Yeah, they're definitely short on lands. That's why I was so interested in getting the bulk. So then I imagine that we are actually playing against... So we're gonna do GTA. They might need to force this actually. And I'm gonna play this Casali into Daze. Like if they wanna Daze me here, that is fine. This card is not very relevant, and I need to develop my board. Because I don't want to be like super far behind if my opponent just like finds a bolt or whatever. Oh, nice. They immediately reveal the Daze. Oh, that's great. That is great. Okay, so hopefully this GTA will do some work now. They might be... Maybe they're on blue-red with Stifles? Oof, more of this. Right, so my opponent is on the try to race you somehow plan. I'm assuming that there's no longer days in their hand. That's not a good draw. 100% not a good draw. And they put the top card of their deck, so I'm going to assume that this Delver is going to flip. And because of that, I'd rather like have access to the 2 extra life that this GT counter represents, or being able to kill a Delver through a Stifle, both of which might be quite relevant. If they have Lightning Bolt here, this is so many lands. Yeah, if they have Bolt here, I'm just dead. No Stifle, sweet. Another upkeep, I'm gonna kill one of the Delvers. There we go. Please no true name. Okay. Oh my god, that's so many lands. That's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. Gonna make the Sanctum Prelate. Upkeep. Do this. Do this again. I guess GT counts like 5 spells, so... Wow, we flooded insane... That... We flooded grossly. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 10 lands. Like, we only had like 3 spells? Was that like 4 spells total? That's insane. Got there, though. Judgment, Chains, and Prelates. We don't want Jailer. I think we do want Knights in this matchup, actually. We don't want this. We don't want Teague. Are they Guru Basics missing in Modern? No, they are just... They're like... When I got them, they were like 10 tickets or something. So no, they're... That's why you see them here. Otherwise... 10 tickets, no, 10 tickets. My bad. No, definitely I would not pay 10 tickets for each one of these basics. Sally Pride Mage MVP. Definitely want Engineers. I guess I don't want the Chains. We said that we didn't want like a bunch of black sources against Delver decks with Stifle. They were easy money spent, yeah. Yeah, not so much. I guess I don't want to against blue-red, because like the only thing that source cannot kill is the true name. Like it kills Delvers, it kills Arcanist. Sideboarding with this list is weird. We don't want GT because GT is not very good in the matchup. JK. I guess I don't want library. I'm assuming that they are playing Arcanist, so the Scooz is going to be a fine card. But I'm honestly not sure. I guess I do want to take a couple of the 1-drops since I'm going to be playing. Since I'm going to be like trying to slam a GT. Challenge to slam a Chalice. This is a very good hand against Delver decks. It's exactly the kind of hand that I want against Elder decks. Just access to a bunch of basics. Prismatic Vista. Wow. Access to a bunch of basics. Ways to get ahead on mana. I can't imagine that this Noble Hierarch is long for this world, but I mean, at least they can't kill it with the blue source, right? They can like vapor snag it at most. Second deliver. Yeah, no blocks. Multiple mainboard chain of vapors. Now that is perplexing. Okay, so I think my priority is gonna be on slowing down their clock, so I'm going to do this right here. While they're tapped out. I could have played them on, but then that means I'm taking 6 on the crackback. Not very much into taking 6, so we're protected from Wasteland, which is nice. That is somehow problematic. Land? This is not the land that I was looking for. This is not the land that I'm looking for. So I guess I'm gonna Swords and Scoos. This is the line that protects my life total the best. Now they can waste my waste. If they were going for the shock factor, they got me good, yeah. I would definitely not play around Chain of Vapor, that I can tell you. Play around Chain of Vapor up out of Rock Delver. That's not something I'll be doing. Don't have another true name, that's the only thing that I care about here. Just like Lightning, yeah, Lightning Bolt might use that. Yeah, do some of that stuff. So I can play into Forked Bolt or I can play into Daze. I think that it's way more likely for my opponent to have Daze than Forked Bolt, so I'm going to... If they do have the Forked Bolt, then I get got like terribly, but otherwise this sounds good. And I'm not wasting the Firely Isolate because they can cycle it in response, obviously, and that's not a good place for me to be in. Just let me untap, opponent. Just let me untap. Just let me untap. Let me do my thing. I'll let you do your thing, you know. Wouldn't it be great if we all did our thing? Right? Pretty please? Pretty please? Come on, just pass. Just pass the turn. I mean, it's a Mother of Runes. Like, what's it gonna do, right? Oh, sweet. All right, sick. To be fair, we still need to draw into something, namely an answer to this guy. Getting on basic. Ugh, bad beats. They're gonna bold face. Definitely don't like the look of this. At least we get to destroy the islet there. They can stifle me if they want. I would be okay with that. All right, no stiflery, no stiflerino. I guess that's why they were tanking for so long, right? They were trying to figure out whether they kill the mom or they go face. They're just trying to race with this true name. Scoots is gone, which is one of my sources of life gain. I side out my Knight of Autumn, so that one is also gone. Jite is my savior, I guess. Blood Moon. Yeah, that one doesn't do anything, buddy. I guess now I can't activate my Knight, if that's what they were going for. That is actually a really good one in disguise. So basically now I hold this up for the rest of the game. And whenever they go for like the lethal bolt or whatever, I can just like source my own knights and gain a couple more turns. So the source there is not awful. It's not great, but it's not awful. They chose to shuffle, okay. Council's Judgment would be great. The issue is that now we don't have any more white sources in the deck, because this deck only plays a single... So this buys me one more turn. So I can find Council's Judgment here. Judgment. Snap it off. Or we can exile the Blood Moon. So if they have Bolt, I die. So I think it's better for me to put them on a 2-turn clock than to try to like hold up Mom for nothing. So you know, that's why I'm doing it like this, and that's why I'm attacking with the Mom. Gotta play to your outs. My opponent has exactly one Lightning Bolt left. And they can't shuffle. I guess they can't shuffle. They have exactly one Lightning Bolt left, and maybe they have more Snapcasters. But they need to find the 4th Lightning Bolt in order to win this game. Why do you do this to me, deck? This one's gone. This one's not there. This one's not there either. Oh my god. The basics Delver also plays change line. Okay, good to know. Good to know. They did shuffle with the Ponder, so they are playing off the top. Click Blood Moon so they autopilot Clink True Name. They kill the use. That's the issue. They kill the use, and the Knight of Autumn is in the sideboard, so there's no way to gain life for me. So I'm trying to figure out what is the best thing that I can do. I think I could go get Tracker, but that doesn't achieve anything. I'm trying to set up a 2-turn kill. And I think that the answer it's going to be go get another Knight of the Reliquary. Because that means that I can kill my opponent through a True Name. Well, actually... Never mind. I am going to get a Scribe Ranger because Scribe Ranger still allows me to kill through a true name, and it also allows me to kill through days. So yeah, I think getting Scribe Ranger is the correct line there. No slow roll OP. If you have it, you have it. Ah! Please. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. They chose to shuffle. Brainstorm. Oh, the sweat. Oh, the sweat. Oh, the sweat. Oh, this is so intense. They play a Volk, and now what? Yes! 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 Woo! Got there. I was thinking whether to activate Knight at end of turn there. I don't think I needed to. I think it's better to just like untap, and we have. I was doing the math to see if we had lethal if my opponent like flashes in a Snapcaster Mage. Then I realized that my opponent cannot flash in a Snapcaster Mage because this is a basic mountain. But I think it was lethal even still, so we were fine. That was intense. That was intense. Man, that is why I love Maverick so much. It's just like every game is just like this one. Like there's always the sweat. There's always the sweat. There's always like the super tight play, like Swords to Plowshare my own knight, you know? That kind of stuff is just so sick. It's just so sick. Back-to-back 4-on-1s. Not a bad showing. Not a bad showing at all. And we lost to me punting against Rock Delver and just like basically giving away a game. And then previously we lost against humans. In a pretty sweet game actually. But yeah, we did not get there. This list felt very strong. I'm still not sure. I guess the Plague Engineers, we cast them once against some Delver strategy. Against the control deck. Against the Grixis control deck. And they were insane. So this card is super strong. Again, I insist that this card is going to become a legacy staple. I think that the legacy format it's prone to cards like this being very good. And Plague Engineer has even the upside of I was testing for fun a Grixis control deck the other day, and like I had like the one of Plague Engineer. And I was able to, in multiple situations, like I played the engineer, I traded with my opponent's creature, like I killed one of their dudes, I traded with a different one, and then I just like K-commanded it back to my hand, and I traded with another one. It was just insane. It's just like, this card is sick value. I think it's extremely good, and it's gonna be a legacy staple for sure. Thanks for hanging out, Scott. Have a good one. Have a good one. And I don't remember if I said so, but congratulations on the wedding, my man. That was pretty sweet. I saw some of the pictures and they were very awesome. It looks like you guys had a great time. Even not being durable versus Storm and Test, this is gold is so real. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like this card is this Plague Engineer is very good. And this list felt very good. Vivian was kind of insane both times that I drew her. So yeah, I wonder if we want more of this effect. I wonder. I am down to testing her in the straight up green white lists like this. I don't know in place of what. But I'm definitely down to trying it out. Maybe it will be in place of the third choke. Maybe we can do something like this. because you know she's actually really good in the against the decks where choke is good, you know, against the blue decks, except it just provides a different angle of attack and it cannot get disenchanted against miracles. So yeah, this is worth trying out. I will give it a shot for sure. To be fair, in both leagues we went 4-1 and we played against a ton of fair decks, and this list seems very well suited to play against fair decks, while not so well suited to play against unfair decks. So that is one thing that I would be worried about. Like if we get paired against Black Red Reanimator and we just like side in like this cards and that's it. Like I would be a little bit worried against Black Red if this is all we had to bring into the table. But yeah, like against Show and Tell, like what is our plan against Show and Tell, right? Like this list originally didn't even play Jailer. Like if you're not playing Jailer, you have like you can play this against Show and Tell and this and these two and maybe the Chalices. But like your opponent resolves a Show and Tell and you just lose. Actually, that is also one of the reasons. Show and Tell is also a reason why I like so much Knight of Autumn instead of Ghazali Pride Mage. The reason being that if your opponent drops in an Omniscience, the trigger goes on the stack before your opponent gets a chance to cast the Emrakul, which doesn't work with Ghazali Pride Mage. Because your opponent regains priority after resolving the Show and Tell and having the Omniscience in place, so they can do something before you get to destroy their enchantment. So that's one of the big things why, if you look at my lists, you see that I have one Knight of Autumn in the main and a second one in the sideboard, right here. So that is one of the main reasons why that is the case. No Containment Priest? No. I mean, Containment Priest is a fine card, but it's not really great synergy with Green Sun Sinith and Dry Diver. It's not great. But I mean, usually like Death and Taxes decks play Aether Vial. They also play Containment Priest. I think like the kind of haste that I'm talking about, Black Red, it's more of this kind of hate, like the one that comes down on turn 1, and the one that you can play, you know, on 1 and like pay for the Chancellor tax or whatever. Chalice, same thing. But yep, sweet. Thanks everybody for hanging out today. My name is Francisco. If you have not done so, make sure you hit that follow button. We stream a lot of legacy and modern in this channel. So if that is the kind of content that you enjoy watching, for sure this is the channel for you. If you want to help support the stream, you can do so by subscribing. Whoops. There we go. Using that link over there, you get access to these 3 Twitch emotes, as well as my exclusive Karn Amulet sideboard guide. I wrote a very in detail sideboard guide against basically most of the modern format. It clocked in at 49 pages with explanations of what cards come in, what cards come out, why, and how to approach the matchup, like what's important and what you should worry about. Then if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can always find me at fpavloshmtg. If you want to check out previous streams, you can find those streams in my YouTube channel. If you want to check out my Discord and the Amulet Discord, you can join them using that link over there. And finally, if you want to help support the stream in a different way, you can make a donation with that link over there. Any donations that I get will go towards trying to get me to go to GP Vegas, which hopefully we get to go to. That would be awesome to go, because I think that it's gonna be a ton of fun. And yeah, with any donation of $12 or more, you will get to. I will play whichever 75 of your choosing in any format through an entire league. Okay, so who can we raid? Probably Yarvis. Let's go to Yarvis's stream. He's playing Legacy today. He's playing a spicy list over there. All right, I will be back tomorrow, probably with some modern. So if you are into that kind of stuff, I will see you then. Have an amazing rest of your day and see you soon. Bye bye.